afternoon, good evening, good whatever it is, wherever you are. My name's Katie O. This is Moon Mama Musings. Welcome back to my living room for today. For another astrology, people. Sorry, for today, the 15th of October, 2021. We are in a waxing gibbous moon in the sign of Aquarius. Today's a bit of a busy day. There are a few days this month that have a lot of astrology going on. Today is one of them. Tomorrow, there's nothing. I'm taking a break. There will not be an astrology, people, for the 16th of 10th. Just so you know, there will not be because there's nothing to talk about. I'll be over on YouTube or over on Instagram live for the moon transit through Pisces, but there's no aspects to talk about, so I won't make a video. But it's the calm before the storm because the 17th is the busiest day ever. All of the things are happening, but let's take it one step at a time. Today is an extremely lucky, expansive, amazing, auspicious, super duper duper time. Okay? This is a letting go of the unnecessary, letting things fall away, trimming of the fat preemptively to something bad happening or something big happening. This is a day where you would know. It's like you have this inherent feeling that something is about to shift, and you know what to do to make the preparations for it to happen. This is the grasshopper and the ant. The ant is putting stores away from the winter. This is the tortoise and the hare. The tortoise is trucking through slowly, making every step count all the way towards the finish line. This is it's preemptive action in order to set ourselves up for just like we don't know what we're preparing for, but we know that it's like it may even, I mean, I don't want to say doomsday prepping, but it might feel like doomsday prepping. But the thing is that there is this really tense cutting away of the fat energy, right? But it's also it's like we feel really good about it. We're feeling super optimistic. We feel really lucky. We feel knowledgeable. We feel good about this. But let me tell you, I have to say that it feels like today we feel very sure about this. Tomorrow we're going to feel very much like we're in limbo, no man's land. Like the world is, it's not going to be, it's going to be really, it's first of all, the moon will be in Pisces. So it is already very dreamy, intuitive energy that not everybody is very comfortable with. Pisces is the ancient of the zodiac, and sometimes we simply don't understand the methods of the ancients because we weren't around when they were created, right? And then 17th, I feel like, is going to be, it's a challenging day. 17th will be a very challenging day, all right? And it's going to make us feel like we made the wrong decision on the 15th, but we didn't. We didn't, okay? Today, we are doing the right thing. We are doing what Lady Luck is telling us to do. We are following the flow. We are going with the auspicious times, and we are accepting the challenge of the universe. And on the 17th, we're going to feel like we did all up. But we just have to give it some time because when Mercury goes retrograde, we're going to realize that all of the work that we're doing is not in vain. And this decision that we're making on the 15th, we made the right one, even if on the 17th it looks like we have really screwed the pooch, okay? And I know that this is big words to say. These are big predictions, but I literally saw it so necessary. Where did I write it? I saw this when I made the astro calendar for October. I took note on the front of my notebook that I knew I would be using for this month entirety, so that I would know that this is extremely auspicious day. It's extremely important. It's extremely potent and formative energy. And it's today we feel good about it. Today we feel we're in the right time, in the right place, with the right stuff, and we're going everything right. But I'm warning you now, this energy could fall away and you could feel like you have totally hung yourself out to dry. All right? But wait, please, I'm telling you, especially tomorrow when you've got no peephole to refer to and you're like, oh my God, please take your breather and just do whatever you have to do today on the 15th to screenshot, to capture this energy of certainty, this energy of luck, this energy of willingness to expand yourself so that you can carry it through these next coming days when you are going to be challenged. The fat will be trimmed away of everything that is unnecessary. All the excess will be taken away in the coming days, but whatever you're choosing today is right. Don't doubt yourself, okay? We're getting rid of the Eight of Swords energy for the last few days in anticipation of this thing happening. The full moon is coming. Mercury retrograde is ending. Everything is, it's big, volatile energy, but bear with yourselves. Bear with me. Be patient. Trust. Trust. And I know that in times like these, this is the scariest thing to hear. Just trust me. You're like, trust me on this. All right? I wouldn't make bold statements like this if I didn't feel I could back them up. Trust me on this. It's going to feel weird, but everything will be okay. Okay? And pop me a message. If you need a reading, my books are open. I do all kinds of readings. I got an Etsy page with all kinds of stuff, but if there's something that you don't, if you something you need to work on that you don't see up on my Etsy page, just get in touch with me. We can make a deal. Okay? Seriously, I'm happy to negotiate. I'm happy to talk about this stuff. If you need help, I'm here. Okay? Otherwise, in the comments, please, if this is something that you want to share with the collective, by all means, tell me how you're feeling about this. Tell me how all this is manifesting for you. Tell me how this is coming to fruition, because it's crazy shit. Okay, let's talk about all the energy today. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 aspects to talk about, but they all flow one into the other really, really smoothly. They all tell a story. It's like raising. I'm being called right back to raising the barn. Okay. Raising the barn is impossible if all the pieces are not in play and everybody isn't on the ball and everybody's not on the same page. Okay, we've made a plan, we've seen what didn't work, we've submitted it for review, it's been reviewed, and now we actually have to execute it. Okay, and we have to do it all together in unison with delegated tasks, with a leader, with communication, with super important. So let's see what we've got. First and foremost, the moon is trining Mercury retrograde in the sign of Libra. Okay. Mercury retrograde. Difficult energy. What I'm getting here is there is some form of miscommunication that expands your perspective. Okay? Miscommunication could be maybe this thing is not articulating itself the way that it wants to be, so you misunderstand what they're trying to tell you. It's Mercury retrograde. Maybe you have a technology failure. Maybe you yourself are misjudging something that's coming from within you. Some truth inside of you is being misjudged at the moment. Whatever it may be, some form of miscommunication is going to expand your perspective and it gives you a different mindset. Okay? Moon is in Aquarius right now, and Aquarius is the innovator, the one that takes the thing that is the way that it is and makes it more efficient, makes it better for the current task at hand. I got strong Hanged Man energy from this moon trining Mercury. Wouldn't be surprised. I pulled out a tarot deck for today's card of the day. Maybe we get the Hanged Man. It wouldn't surprise me in the least. But either way, something is happening right here. Mercury retrograde energy is going to come to expand your perspective, to put you up on your soapbox, to get you to be innovating something, to get you to be reevaluating something, to get you to be taking the old and putting a new twist on it to make it new, to calling towards your humanitarian side, to nurture this miscommunication as something positive with the trine. Okay, Mercury in retrograde is not a fun energy sometimes. This trine is expansive and lucky. Okay, there's so many trines happening today. It's ridiculous. Let's see. 4 trines, 6 aspects, 4 trines. Okay, and we have Jupiter coming into play twice. Planet of luck and expansion. Okay, very lucky times. Okay, the moon is squaring Uranus retrograde in the sign of Taurus. All of this comes with some challenging falling apart. I heard a change of policy. Okay, Hanged Man energy again. A change of policy. It's for the greater good. It's for the streamlining. It's for the efficacy of everything. Okay, very moon in Aquarius energy. Uranus in Taurus. Something falling apart that isn't well structured. Okay, so this thing that isn't working properly. We have a square here, right? Challenging, obstacle-filled aspect. Yeah? Something is being challenged and torn apart for the efficacy of everything. For things to be more efficient, to be more effective, to be more suitable for the things that are at hand. The task at hand needs to be tweaked right now. It may be inconvenient to implement this new policy, I'm hearing. may be very inconvenient to implement this new policy. So maybe your job, HR is saying, we have a policy that no staff members are allowed to date. And it's like, how do you actually put that into effect, right? Because when people are at work, you can tell them what to do as their boss, but when they're off the clock, you can't tell them what they do with their personal life, right? So it's inconvenient to put into place this new policy, to enforce this policy, but it's necessary, right? That's just an example. It's just an example. It could be that your spouse is saying to you, look, I feel differently about some of the things with regards to our relationship, and I want to take our relationship and change it a little bit so that it works better for us. It's going to require us to be more communicative, right? And it might be inconvenient for you to sit down every day and chat about, the things that are going well in your relationship and the things that are challenging you today. It might be inconvenient, but if it's for the greater good of your relationship, maybe it's worth a shot, right? We have the moon making a trine with Mars. Mars in Libra talks about being compassionate and taking baby steps. Our Mars energy is usually the warrior, usually it represents the way that we move forward, the way that we act upon our desires, the way that we go and behave in order to get the things that we desire, in order to put into place the steps to get the ball rolling towards our goals. So we know that we have to take it slow and steady to win the race on this. This is the tortoise, all right? The Mars is usually the hare, ready to bounce up and go and move, and maybe it's ready to make lots of babies if it needs to, have lots of ideas. It doesn't have to be actual babies. It's Mars is usually the hare, but right now with the moon in Aquarius, innovative and efficient, the entrepreneur, trining, lucky and expansive, Mars, we're coming to terms with the fact that slow and steady is winning the race. We like this idea of Mars and Libra for this moment while we've got this moon in Aquarius, because it gives us the time to put into place these policies to make things more efficient. The moon is also in conjunct with Jupiter. Jupiter is retrograde in the sign of Aquarius, which makes it that expansive uncle that comes and brings us go-karting and skydiving. It had its little bout while it was in Pisces with green juices and namasteing the pain away, and now it's come to a fact where it's more efficient with the way that it changes, more efficient with the way it grows things, more efficient with the way it expands things. And it's what have we got here? I can't read it. We have to go this tells us we have to go about things completely differently than we once did. All right. Jupiter, over the course of this retrograde season, which, by the way, it's not retrograde anymore. Sorry. I'm lying. When did it go when did it go direct? It went direct a few days ago, didn't it? Or is it the next? No, sorry. I lied. Jupiter goes direct the same day that Mercury goes direct. So it's it's absolutely no wonder to me that Jupiter is so in play today on the 15th, because it's telling us that just before it goes direct, it's having one last real push to show you that this new way of being that it's so slowly evolved over the course of its retrograde season is really the best way to go at things. All right, it really is the best way to go at things. Is we have really streamlined the machine. We have really put together the policies that, yes, they may be inconvenient, but it is the best way to go at things. We have to go completely differently than we used to. Moon conjunct Jupiter, both in Aquarius. The expansive, lucky energy needs to take over the emotional body for right now, take over the subconscious with this Aquarian energy and put it's up to the challenge to do things totally differently now. It's super, super lovely. We also have the moon trining the sun. Again, lucky and expansive energy. We have to try and get the masculine and feminine on the same page here. It's like all of these energies are working to bring the masculine and feminine together. Those windshield wipers that were all out of sync. It's like the other day in the first quarter moon, so 2 days ago, it's like they were so out of sync that all of the energies that we were like, this is enough. This is enough. The masculine and feminine need to come together once and for all now, and they're literally, everything is working towards finding this beautiful, conducive, lucky energy for them to come together now. Working towards harmony that we, in our head and our heart right now. This is what, again, this dedication. We've talked about the dedication with the moon in Capricorn the other day. I know it's out of Capricorn now. In fact, tomorrow it goes to Pisces, so it's quite quickly moving away from Capricorn. But those themes in Capricorn are sticking with us right now through this transit through Aquarius, because Aquarius goes, I really like this idea. All right, this is a really, really structured, sound, solid idea, founded in truth, founded in well thought out plans. All right, and now we can do all of these wonderful things to get it actually into practice here. But we know that the masculine and feminine must be as synced as possible for this to work. Okay, there has to be as little discrepancy between the masculine and feminine as possible for this to be able to be implemented. All right, again, it's like I was saying before, if it means that you have to sit down every single day and do a check-in with where your masculine, where your feminine is, so that you can bring them back to level, so you can bring them back to center, so you can bring them back onto the same page, do what you have to do, okay? Because the more in sync your windshield wipers are, the more efficiently you're moving the water off the windshield when you're in a crazy storm. Okay, and it helps you stay safe. It helps you move from A to B in the most consistent, safe way possible. Okay, and then last but not least, we have the Sun trining Jupiter, which is the big auspicious energy that backs up all of this stuff that we've already talked about today. This is our ego blossoming once and for all. From the bag of tricks the other day, we got Bloom. I sang to you in Bloom. Can I be close to you? Come on, get together. It's this ego blossoming is it's an oh my god, my writing is so bad right now because my hand is so sore. We have a new expansive sense of self resulting from all of these things. All of this luck, all of this auspicious energy helps us reinvent our external world. Yeah. So for some of you, I don't know if some of you noticed, but last week in one of my Peephole announcements, I hashtagged a little bit of cryptocurrency crap. I'll be honest, I don't know anything about this, but my friend of mine is very, very into it, and he got me sort of watching this crypto witch. Basically, this astrologer has been hired by, I don't know, Elon Musk or someone crazy to basically tweet 1,000 times a day about how the astrology and the moon cycles affect cryptocurrency. And it's actually, it's remarkable that the moon cycles actually seem to have some coincidental timings with the ebb and flow of this cryptocurrency over the past couple of years. All right. So this is the kind of idea that I was saying is the right now it's like something's going to happen that you might make a little tweak, right? You might take a chance on something in crypto, that you might buy something that you've been feeling like you should give a chance to, and on the 17th it might absolutely tank. But don't get rid of it yet. Wait, because then it might explode and this might completely change your outer world. You might end up being an instant billionaire in some funny sense of things. But either way, we are expanding our sense of self. We are expanding our external world. We are changing the factors of all of these things that's going on right now, and all of this, the energy, the universe is in cahoots to make your world better, to make your outside world beautiful, to make all these wonderful things happen in your favor. All right. We're looking forward to big change and expansion right now. We are feeling optimistic, really, really good about these things. So today, remember, tap into this optimism that you're feeling, tap into these good energies, and hold them in your little front pocket. Put them right there with your little handkerchief and your pen, okay, in your little front pocket, because you're going to need them for the next few days when things start to feel like everything is coming down around you. Because literally, this is the test. This is the biggest test, is they want to expand your world. They want to give you all the abundance that you're seeking. They want to bring this stuff into fruition, okay? But they're going to have to test you one last time. Test your resolve. Do you truly trust? Do you believe that it's possible for you to become an instant millionaire? Yeah? Do you believe? They want to know if you believe. Sorry, I don't want to take 5 cards. We're gonna nail it down. I'm using the Tarot del Toro. Okay, we have the star, Aquarius energy. So they're confirming to you right now that this Aquarius moon, although it's changing tomorrow to Pisces, this Aquarius moon is where your real healing happens. It was just 1919 again. Yesterday's video, I noticed 1919. So this sun, they're calling me again to the sun, the star. We're bringing in the star close to us so that we can see that it's a sun in and of itself. When the star is close enough to it, we see that it's when the star is close enough to us, we see that it's a sun. And it's almost, but in this imagery, see this little girl? She's usually, the star is this woman naked who's just fallen from the tower, picking water up in these jugs, right? She's abandoned the jugs and she's looking at her book and she's playing with the fairies. Yeah, she's innovating it. She's going, yeah, okay, this is what we used to do is we used to pick up the jugs when all this stuff happened. We would pick up the jugs and we'd do this thing. But you know what? I'm going to look to the fairies for now. And I know that's an expression somewhere is looking to the fair. If you're off with the fairies, you're kind of, maybe you're not paying attention. Maybe you're a little bit aloof. Maybe you're a little bit like, ah. But it's really conducive energy right now is they want you to be aloof. They want you to be flighty. They want you to be silly. They want you to play. Okay, they want you to find this childlike sense of wonder right now. Under the deck, we have the King of Swords in reverse. Stop being aloof. This is, we have two Aquarius energies here. They say that they don't want you, they want you to heal this, they want you to heal this King of Swords and turn him right side up so that he can be clever and intelligent and level-footed and not need to swing his sword all over the place. He just carries a little pocket dagger because he trusts his aim. He knows that if he needs to pull out his blade, he knows exactly where to put it to be most effective with the swinging of his sword. We're healing right now this sense of cold heart. Why can't I free my doubtful mind and melt my cold heart? I know those aren't the lyrics, but that's what it is. It's freeing your cold heart right now. You're healing this energy. You're freeing the cold heart. They want me to split the deck. Ace of Goblets. Okay, you feel like you don't have this cup. You feel like it's spilt. It just started pouring rain here. Don't know if you can hear it. You feel like you've spilt your cup, but that's not true. You're healing. Look at that. See, coloring in the same. Both are reversed. This is one of the only decks that I take reversals in. Both of these are reversed. But we have to heal ourselves now and realize that none of that matters. Just because you were refused a cup once, just because you had to hermit away, doesn't mean that all hope is lost. Sorry. Doesn't mean that all hope is lost. You're healing now. You're changing things. Okay? You might feel really, really, really rough in these next couple of days. Okay? But just wait. Okay? Don't do anything brash until Mercury retrograde is over. Okay? And that's when Jupiter goes direct as well. So it's going to be good. Just chill your beans, okay? 22:22 on the clock right now. It's a long one today. Okay, we have stalking, and knowing. Okay, you know that's you have this inner knowing that something is watching you. Yeah, that there's something. You might have even been stalking it because you have a knowing about it. You have this feeling, you have this intuition. You've been closely watching something. Yeah, closely watching something. Closely watching something. The technology energy is really prominent in here. Closely watching something, and you know that something big is happening, right? Fleeting obligation. Okay, you feel like you need to do something about this, right? But they're saying it's going to go, there is this fleeting energy. Okay, it's up to you whether you want to act on this energy or not, okay? But you feel obliged to do something, and they're saying it's going to be fleeting. And this could be either way. It was just 23:23 on the clock now. Either way, there is the fleeting energy. What they're saying is that they're reiterating. They're reiterating what I was saying before. Sorry, I had to feel into that a little bit more. It wasn't so simple. I couldn't call a spade on this one. They wanted me to say that. I couldn't call a spade on this one. But basically, they're saying this fleeting card is calling me back to that. The energy of today is fleeting. This lucky, expensive energy is not going to feel like it's sustainable. And you're not obliged to hold on to it. All right? If you feel like it's going to weigh you down, then don't grab onto it. You're not obliged. Nobody's holding a gun to your head, I'm hearing. But just remember that this lucky energy is going to be fleeting, so do what you will with it. I am that, and speed up. What was I saying? We're having a blossoming of our ego. We're having a blossoming of our external world. You are coming to terms with this new world of yours, and it's coming quickly, okay? There's very, very, very strong, fast, expansive energy coming your way, okay? Your life is going to speed up really fast now, really quickly. There is a massive game changer that's happening. Massive game changer. Literally, everything is going to change. Everything is going to change, okay? Big, lucky, expansive energy, guys. I feel it like a tidal wave coming. Oh, I saw it coming. Yeah, something's happening. All right, I guess we'll soon find out. I will be back. I'll be over on Instagram tomorrow, but remember, guys, no Peephole tomorrow, the 16th of the 10th month, 16th of October. There will be no Peephole on YouTube, but I will be over on Instagram. So if you've not followed me yet, go over to Instagram, Moon Mama Musings, 2525 on the clock. Yeah. I do offer personal readings. Go over to my Etsy. My link tree is down on the description box and it has all of the links to all of my resources, all of my content. Please feel free to get in touch with me. Yeah. Until next time, my friends. I'm so sorry for anything you're going through if I've made you feel a certain way. Thank you for being a beautiful being and lending your energy to this circuit I hold so dear. Thank you to your guides, my guides, the Ascended Masters, the angels, whatever other energy has been involved in giving us these nice, clear, concise messages for our greatest good. Yeah. Whenever you find them, these are timeless. I love you to the moon and stars and infinity and beyond and back, and I accept this, and I hope you do too. But if not, it's totally cool. No skin off my teeth, or back, or whatever. We'll catch you next time. Bye.